friends, neighbors, community, like-minded conscious creators. It's coffee talk time. I finally made it. And I made time to be here sharing a little insight about what's been going on and all of the amazing creations that are going on in my world. So if you're here and you could say hello, I think I'm hooked up online and just realizing, yep, I'm hardwired in. Happy end of June. How did it become June already? And I'm going to try to get on my phone because what I've realized is when I do this, if I get on my computer and I could see the phone live, then I could actually have double the possibilities that I'll see your comments and that you've joined in live. So, welcome to Coffee Talk. I created these little sessions a while ago. Can't remember when I did the first one, maybe sometime in the winter when we all get locked down and kind of trapped into our own homes and our own locations and what do we do? Where do we go? It's so cold out. But now it's really interesting. I live in Durham, North Carolina on the East Coast, and it's hot. I wanted to do this outside today, but it's actually already hot enough outside that I didn't want to sit outside. So welcome to Coffee Talk. I've always got one of my favorite mugs. This is by Dolores J. Hayes, Dolores Pottery in Durham, North Carolina. She's an amazing potter. I have lots of things by her. This is one of my most favoriteest mugs. These have all these little indentations. I'm a very tactile person, so holding my warm drink in the morning, there's a little thumb tab there. This has all got texture, but this is all handmade, and it's important how it feels in my hand. So if you have a drink and you've got your cup or your mug or whatever, join me for a little connecting with our community today during Coffee Talk. It's all the C's. It's all the stories around the C's because we're really going to be focusing on this and why it's so important. So if you're here, say hello. Welcome to Saturday Coffee Talk, end of June. And let me just hit some buttons here, see what's going on. A few of you are watching, just can't see who it is just yet. So let's see if I can do this. Say hi if you are online. Oh, there it is. Hey, Jeannie. And Deepa's here. Hey, Stacy. Welcome. See? Got to have two devices to be able to see y'all. So let's see. It looks like, is my head getting cut off here? I got to move these buttons around. All right. So it's early morning day here. Well, it's just about 10 a.m. In North Carolina. And I bet Jeannie has her whipped cream and her coffee today. For me, I started with coffee, decided to get back on the caffeine, but what I have realized is it gives me the low and later in the day, and then I need another cup around 3 o'clock. But Jeannie probably has her whipped cream and her coffee. I did my oat milk creamer today in my favorite mug. So what I wanted to share today, what I've really been focusing on for myself pretty much since COVID, well, even before that, since I got divorced, is the idea of our chosen community, our chosen friends, our chosen family. And I'm not going to say I've always gotten it right. That's for sure. I've made plenty of mistakes with people I choose to allow in my life. The older I get, the wiser I get. And the more I practice this intentional living, I'm able to see the community and the connections and the people I'm bringing into my life and the ones that I get closest with. I remember hearing about Anita Morjani, who, if you have not read her book, please do. It's Dying to Be Me. She had a near-death experience, died, came back. And what she said when she came back was she said she really could only hang out with very few people from her life prior to her NDE because her energetic system had changed. And that's one thing that I keep coming back to is how we evolve and expand and what are we trying to force or really drag kicking and screaming from our past lives and bring that kicking and screaming into the future. And you're going to get the exact same end result, that kicking and screaming, that there's this push, pull, tug of war. But when we are consciously creating, intentionally creating connections, first it starts with ourselves, right? So how are you connecting with yourself? And this is where the C's are going to keep coming. It's connection, it's community, and it's consciousness. But consciousness, I'm going to play around with a little today. It's intentionality. How intentionally are we creating and connecting with our community? And this goes for everything that's going on in the wild world of politics in the US. This goes for family, friends, intimacy, partners, relationship, children, pets. And once we understand how to connect consciously, things, gosh, it's like this magical evolution of support shows up. But it really must start with yourself. So how are you choosing to connect? First, I want to thank you for connecting with me here, whether you're live, and thanks for saying hello, all you my friends. Barista made me a concoction of his own making. Oh, that's nice. I'm calling this Hugo. That's fun. And when we actually intentionally choose to connect in this way, I'm so grateful, especially for those of you who I've met either in person or online or both. There's an intentionality behind this. I intentionally look at my days when I can host this type of chat on the weekends. And it's so much fun because it reminds me of not only why I'm doing this, why I love this, but the exhilaration it brings me, the excitement, the joy, like it lights my fire to talk about this stuff. And that's because I've connected consciously with the community of my choosing. That's a lot of C's. So, looking at your own life, I'm going to pose you a question here. How are you intentionally connecting? And that could be meditation. It could be music, dancing, classes, art shows, your work, your clients, patients, your children, your friends, your family, your parents. It could be all sorts of things. Luna's playing with her big lammies today. I'm going to chuck that one over there. She's getting a little distracting. My happy little dog connecting with her. Yes. So this connection with community, it can be amplified in multiple ways, right? What's so important is that we connect with ourselves first. So we're not going to get too deep into that, but the processes are, of course, finding a way to quiet your mind and practice meditation. And find what lights you up. What makes your inner heart just zing, and just laughter and giggles and joy and presence and peace and power. Oh my gosh, I'm repeating a lot of letters today. Presence, peace, and power. Consciously connecting with your community and creating. Yeah, sorry. This is just me having my own little monologue with myself while connecting with you all. But this is actually it. It's how do we intentionally do it? And for me, a lot of it is laughter. I laugh at myself all the time now. I just laugh at my own thoughts. I laugh at things that I remember. And I laugh because I'm looking forward to so much more expansion in my life going forward. But this is decades, 20 years of practicing meditation. And I don't want people to have to go through that decades of suffering. Now, the last 5 years have been beyond magical, superseded any magic I could actually have dreamt of. Yeah, I dreamt of it, that's for sure. But I've never had it in the physical until I really started practicing the processes that I share with everyone, like meditation and the art of meditation, the secret sauce, connecting to what lights you up and focusing on what you love based on your sensory experience. What's it look like, feel like, smell, taste, touch? And you amplify that for yourself. That's a connection to yourself, right? And we do that over and over and over and over and over and over again because we are allowed always to have what we love. There were stories of how those things weren't safe for us to have what we love when we were children. So we just recreate those over and over again. Yeah, art in your art markets. I know, exactly. Connecting with new people since you changed jobs. And the great part of the new people is I get to choose how I show up with no past and no story. Exactly. And I say I've changed jobs because I love helping people. Oh, thank you so much. Being able to celebrate you, Stacy, and making that big giant leap and change is something that I celebrate each and every time I see somebody go on a journey back to themselves. Oh, so good, Stacy. Back to your own heart, back to what creates this phenomenal sensory experience within yourself, because then the ripple effect, especially with, as Stacy just shared, changing jobs, her job involves connecting with other people. in a way that's very, very intimate and personal, and requires a lot of compassion and empathy and presence, and to be able to show up that way. But that only happened because she was able to connect to herself, to really step into the, dare I say, risk of choosing that job change, to step into this other realm. And it's like, wait a minute, this is everything I ever wanted. And then other things get to show up for us, but we don't trust the magic. It starts with connecting with yourself. And here's all the other pieces that I really wanted to bring to the conversation today is, how do we do that then in this world of physical connection with others in community? And now community being work, again, your friend circle, your family, your intimate partners, your life, with the world around you. And we really must understand that we can't pull all of the parts from the old self kicking and screaming into the future, because they may not really jive with the vibration, the energetic system, the passion and the love that you actually decided for your future. And for those of you who can, and those people that evolve and change and expand with you, it's magical. And I've seen it happen in many realms of my life where people choose to see their own connection with themselves and allow that to expand and evolve to create a more harmonious connection with others and community. Since this wild world of, I know, I almost just started crying too, Stacey. It's like so cool to see for you. When we allow ourselves the true connection to ourselves and what we love and what we desire and what we want, and we're honest with ourselves about it, and maybe you have to be honest with other people about it too, it's so important to stay true to yourself and not react to the environment of what's showing up around you, but allow yourself the true connection and be able to express what you desire. And now it's not always going to go exactly the way we want. But we also, in this work that I teach with Alchemy and the journey into alchemy, the art of alchemy, my group coaching, one-to-one coaching, as we talk about this word magic and allowing the magic to show up for us, is when we do these connections with ourselves and we allow the truth of who we are and bring that to connect with community. Now remember, community being all parts of the world around us that we connect with, partners, work, friends, love, all of that. We allow others to show up without forcing them how we want them to show up. Let me tell you, it's not easy. Coming from a person who could really was joyfully, I will make them do what I want them to do. And I always hear Chris Farley in my mind is like, oh, I will do these things. And that was coming from a wounded child perspective when I was little, that I didn't have a lot of support around me. So I tried to force people to do what I wanted them to do with coercion or whatever way I could do it. And that doesn't serve us as adults. It doesn't serve us in any way, shape, or form to try to force others to conform to the way we want them to be. Because then magic shows up when we allow others to show up as they choose, because we are in our power choosing how we want to show up and connect with others. That's where this symbiotic growth and magic shows up. It's just deliciously phenomenal when we actually get to see it. It takes time, it takes repetition, it takes focus and choice on who we are to stay in that definition and then to allow others to show up. It's so amazing to watch it unfold. And like Stacey shared, I've gotten to see her do it. And it takes time. It's not something I could have said, okay, we'll just use Stacey's example for a minute, because she did share in the chat about changing jobs. I couldn't have told her, you're going to be leaving your job and going to the other job, and that's what you're going to be doing. No, it wouldn't have worked if I told her to do it. But through our work together, it's this level of finding your light, finding your truth, connecting to what you love, and feeling that empowerment in self to then take the steps. And then we're in full integrity on our own, right? I'm preaching to myself right now, because there's so many wonderful things evolving in my life that I don't want to force anything. I want the magic to show up. Yes, I do. So what are the other important things that we really want to practice as we're looking at the flyaway hairs that are going on in my head here? Connection to ourselves, connection to community, others, and connection to the world. Now, the world might seem a scary place right now, but it's really, we're going to stay on a little bit more of a shorter perspective rather than try to go to this worldly perspective that's very turbulent right now. It's your perception and definition of whether the world is safe, loving, or kind or not. It's your definition and perception. And it's because I choose to live in a creative orientation where I create my reality as opposed to respond and react to the reality around me. And that goes for everything, not just this worldly perspective. But let's back up from the worldly, because the framework of connection, whether at whatever level of consciousness you're choosing, is self, others, and the world. Always those three structures, always. Intentional choices. Yeah, good stuff. So when we really are intentional, choosing, what do we step into and what do we create and how do we follow through with action? This is what, there's lots of wonderful classes that I'll be teaching coming up starting in July, is the concept of being able to follow through with action. This is not just a conceptual thought experiential world. We want to live in the physical. We want to be in the physical form that shows us more of the proof of how we're creating our reality, right? And that intentionality is rooted in choices. We make choices in this work, but I'm launching a 3-part series that's 3 different masterclasses in July. And it's rooted in understanding how we make choices to create these connections with ourselves. And then and the second masterclass is a recode, rewire our minds and all levels of consciousness to allow ourselves to follow through, then take action and create the new structure based on the law of repetition. So these 3 parts are actually building the power to choose and rewire and recode our structure. That's the whole basis of creative orientation. If you've done work with William Whitecloud or Christopher Duncan or Robert Fritz, the concept of structure is 2 or more parts working in harmony together or tandem, working together in some way, shape, or form. Everything's a structure. Everything's a structure. But most often what we have are structures and relationships with things within ourselves and our past. But what in this 3-part masterclass I'm teaching, it'll start, I have to look at my notes here because I have so many things coming up. When am I doing this one? It starts, oh my gosh. Did I not write it down? Oh, July 10th is the first one. July 10th is a Thursday night, and we're going to do 2 hours, 3 weeks in a row, these master classes. That's what it is, July 10th. So it's the art of choosing first. It's how do you intentionally create these connections to yourself and choosing. And then we're going to talk really deeply about rewiring and recoding your mind and your attachment to your old story or your attachment to beliefs based on what other people gave you, and more information about understanding the power of recode and how actually, if you become addicted to recode, you're still trying to fix yourself. Then the biggest piece, the best piece, the most important piece of all of this, especially after 15 years of studying the law of attraction, is structure. Your relationship, your connection with anything, the story you tell, the anything and the everything in a relationship of 2 or more things together. I have a structure with my computer. I have a structure with you. I have a structure with Facebook. I have a structure with my shirt, my couch, my dog, my coffee mug, all of these things. Hey, Jill, good to see you join in. Part-time in the same industry I've been, not had any luck, so maybe not where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, and I'll add to Jeannie's comment here. She said, I've been looking for a part-time job in the same industry I've been in my whole life, food and beverage, and I've not had any luck, so maybe it's not where I'm supposed to be. Maybe it's time for a change, so I'm surrendering to it all and see what shows up. So I'll just give you a little guidance there, Jeannie. It's just focus on what you love and hold your vision there. Not on resolving what you don't have, which is sometimes either finances or a calendar or a structure or that safety and that comfort. And it's really, truly focusing on what you love. And what I know about Jeannie is she loves creating. She loves being of service. She loves sharing her light with others. And that's a huge part of the service industry. Of course, working in restaurants and bartending for many years myself is the joy of connecting with the people you're serving. You also do that in your artwork. You could do that when you're walking down the beach. You could do that when you go get your coffee at the coffee shop or when you're at the grocery store. It's holding that focus That's creating the new structure, that we're not trying to resolve some part of our identity that we believe is true. And now this is where reactive responsive orientation is really, really, really challenging for some people. It's like, but what is. It's like the addictedness to what isness. I heard that from, I saw Esther Hicks speak last weekend, and as Abraham, and she talked about this addiction to what isness. It's what is itis. And it's like, but look at what's in my bank, or look at what's going on in my body, or look at this, or look at that, or look at that. It is. For me, I go, well, what are you choosing? Where are you choosing to put your focus, and what do you want to create now? Knowing all of that, what do you want to create now? And when we allow ourselves that question and we answer it with, I want to create more of what lights me up inside. I want to create more of what I love. That's how I come up with these different courses, because I realize the way I get it is not the way everybody else is going to get it. So I'm just going to keep trying to teach in as many ways as possible so people understand this short process. But it takes repetition and time and this new chosen structure and identity to step into, to say, this is what I'm choosing now. And I can recode and rewire my mind based on the scientific proof of neuroplasticity to change my neural connections to any story that exists, past, present, or future. Accessing levels of consciousness to create my reality, so I can use the law of repetition to be of service to myself and create my new structure intentionally. That's it. That's like the whole class, those 3 master classes that start. I have to look at my notes here because I have so many things coming up in July. So 3-part series. If you want in, it starts July 10th. We're going to do 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. And that is all going to be recorded. You're going to get extra support material. There's going to be workbooks. You're going to get access to the recordings forevermore. And it's only $49 for these 3 2-hour master classes. And it's not a webinar. I don't need to, I'm not explain. I mean, I'll share a little bit about my story, but it is straight up education and teaching. For those of you who may not be able to, invest in one-to-one coaching, or really want to be committed to a long-term group coaching program, my group, I encourage people to stick around for a year, because it takes about that amount of time to establish, create, and live in the new structure. So that's a heck of a deal. But I realized, I said, I just need to teach this stuff in as many ways as possible. So one other amazing thing that's happening is I have been teaching the course, The Art of Intuition. And the art of intuition allows us a connection to our own truth. And how do we practice trusting it? How do we practice trusting that inner voice, or that gut feeling, or that knowing? And then you go, I knew I was right. I know that was true. And then sometimes you just go, is or isn't, doesn't matter. But what I guide people to do in this Art of Intuition course is, we must learn how to take action and follow through with those instinctual gut feelings and thoughts and things that we are connecting with. So much information comes into my mind and in my life when I share this stuff with you out loud for myself. Yeah, I'm just going to hold that, put a little dog ear on that on the side there for a second. Anyways, information pops into my brain. This Art of Intuition course I've taught a few times online over the last year, and phenomenal success, phenomenal experiences getting the proof that we need to trust our intuition. So I decided I'm teaching it in person. And there is a beautiful, gorgeous, new space in Wake Forest, which is near me in North Carolina. And it's a metaphysical store that sells crystals, and they have workshops and classes and all sorts of amazing gifts and connections. But the classes, there's a special classroom devoted for people just like me who want to share this work. So for the first time ever, I'm teaching the Art of Intuition in person. It's just going to be off the hook amazing, because to actually practice intuition in person is a whole different ballgame than doing it online. And the greatest gift of that is to be able to then bring it into your own life. So if you're in the area and you want more information, it's at New Earth Energies in Wake Forest, North Carolina. And that's going to start on July 23rd. So it's 5 weeks, but it's once a week, once a week class for 5 weeks in person. And amazing is you're actually going to get the benefit of access to all of the online recordings to support this course. It's going to be $199, and that's 5 weeks, 2 hours each week for 5 weeks. Starts July 23rd. And if you're in the area, again, or you're nearby and you want to connect in person and see the store and see the space and just connect with the amazing owner, Anne, who I've met, and just feel the vibe in the space. If you've ever been into a crystal shop and you go, oh, I just love the way it feels in here, that's what it is. I'm doing a little meet and greet. They call it Tuesday Chat. So I'll be in there on July 15th. I'll be at New Earth Energies. It's 122-434, something like that. It's in Wake Forest on Capitol Boulevard in North Carolina. newearthenergies.love is the website. And I'm just going to be in there to meet whomever wants to come in and chat and explain more about the power of our intuition as we practice connecting into that. And this is all just coming up in a few weeks, right? Next week, I'm going to be on vacation. So I realize I got to get all this stuff out and share it as much as possible. And it's also in the group. I've also posted it in multiple places. But if you want more information about the events and you don't want to look up the event tabs or you can't remember everything that I say, just send me a message. I will give you the specific links to register for all these different options to create more connection with community. Because what I realized was I'm so connected internationally, like I don't know how many people here are online internationally, that I know at least we have Stacy in Canada, but I have so many friends around the world. And I choose to create connection to my local community of like-minded, phenomenal people that bring this magic to their lives. And that's why I want to start teaching in person. And thank you, Anne, for bringing this to the forefront to open this store. And it's been thriving for over a year now. And even just the name, New Earth Energies, it's like that's what we're all stepping into. And that's what we're creating for ourselves. So to have a community of like-minded people to do that with, it's like, yes, I love it. That's why I started doing these coffee chats. This coffee talk is so we can create a connection with like-minded people in a co-creative community so we can consciously and intentionally experience what we want in our lives. So thanks for being a part of it. So grateful. So fun. So what else is coming up? You want to hear the big one? These little whispers are killing me today. It's very funny. I didn't get the hairspray out for y'all. So I've had a dream for 4 years of hosting a large scale event and talking about this stuff and teaching people how to do it in real time in a group in a large setting. And it's happening October 11th and 12th in North Carolina. Oh, myself and two other amazing creators, Tracy Reiferscheid and Darcy Volden. The trifecta of magical women is what we're calling ourselves, because when the three of us get together, the amplification of our joy and our energy and our happiness is incredible. And what we're doing is actually choosing how to teach people how to do this for themselves as well. So how can you embody these practices, live intuitively, and experience the magic of your life? You're going to be able to leave this event. It's an in-person 2-day event in October in Durham, North Carolina. You will leave with tools, techniques, and processes and an insight of embodying your genius, embodying your true level of magic. And it's absolutely amazing off the hook. Like, no joke, beyond deliciousness. And we're going to have a special guest speaker, and it's going to be the cherry on top of it all, which you'll hear more about as this phenomenal event evolves. Tickets are already available. It will sell out because we have a small space and it's a limited space. So if you want to come to Durham, North Carolina, plan it, get your ticket, reserve your seat, because it will sell out. It's going to be a small space. So you've got to get your tickets ahead of time. And the bonus is if you register before July 1st, I guess that's in just a few days, you're going to get extra bonuses from Tracy, Darcy, and I. My gift is an intuitive reading. And you get all this, and then you're going to have access to all the online material. And the thing we decided to offer with this event, has anybody here been to events? Oh, it's your birthday weekend. That's right. You put in your vacation request. Oh, Stacy, you need to be here for it too. That'd be awesome. So what we realized, we were talking about events, and we were talking about what we chose to create, and we were really wanted to create this connection with community. But we kept talking about how when we leave events, how sad it is. And then you're on this super, super high after an event, and then you just come crashing down. And it's like the letdown after an event where you just go back in your own hole of home and you hit right back into that old structure again. So I said, all right, we wanted to create connection beforehand so people get to know each other. We're going to host 3 Zoom sessions prior to the event. Darcy's going to host one, Tracy's going to host one, I'm going to host one. and we're going to connect and learn about each other. We'll set up the framework so everybody establishes momentum to show up at this event. So we already have an understanding of what we're doing, and so you get to know your peers. And the amazing part is not only that we're going to have this special guest speaker come and join us, after the event, we will have 3 more Zoom calls. So we all stay, what's the magical word? We all stay connected. I mean, for me, that's so exciting. How many, if you've ever been to one of these in-person events, what happens afterwards is usually nothing. You usually get a thank you email or a pitch to go buy something else. The whole goal of what we're creating is connection to the community of like-minded creators who really want to have this type of life. And I don't want to do it alone. I choose not to do it alone, and I'm not. And I've connected to my community. And my community grows and expands because of amazing people like you who choose to be a part of this and listen and engage and experience this magic. And that's what we're creating more of as this just expands around the world, really stepping into that power and the truth and the knowing and the joy of who we are, and so powerful with our emotions and our passion and our excitement and all the things we love. It's amazing. And I want more of it for myself, and I want more of it for anyone else who's choosing it too. So if you want to come to the event, I know you do, come to the event, set it up, get your tickets, $297, and you're going to not only get all of these recordings from before and after, you're going to get bonuses galore and gifts and workbooks and meditations and guidance and the ability to connect with this amazing community. And we've already got a private Facebook group established just for people going to this event, because it is truly all about community and connecting with other like-minded creators to consciously, intentionally experience a magical life you love. So choose the magic. Choose the magic. Yeah, you're going to be there. There's no doubt, Stacy. That's for sure. I didn't see the part about July 1st, so I'm going to register for that today. So recap for the events that are coming up in July. I will be on vacation next week. Happy 4th of July for anyone who's in the U.S. Absolutely love fireworks. And I think it's Canada Day next week, right, Stacy? So what's coming up? July 10th starts the 3-part series of 3 short masterclasses, but it's not a webinar. I'm actually teaching the most succinct, fast way I can get you in this new structure to create a reality that you love. It's the art of choosing, and then it's the art of recode, which is to rewire based on neuroplasticity and consciously connecting to what you're choosing and disconnecting from the things that no longer serve you. Nothing is broken and nothing needs to be fixed, but we can rewire our minds and our connections based on what we're choosing. And through the law of repetition, we create the new structure. The 3rd session is called the art of structure. And it's in the group. The events are in here. There's a link to purchase those. It's all going to be recorded. You don't have to attend all 3. You don't have to attend all 3 in order. But I decided to package it all in one rather than try to do these separate. We're going to do 3 consecutive weeks. July 10th, 17th, and 24th. That's 5 p.m. Eastern. That's my time till 7-ish. So 2 hours each. It's all going to be recorded, and you'll have access to the recordings forevermore. All right, so July 15th, meet me at New Earth Energies, newearthenergies.love up at Wake Forest, North Carolina. I will be explaining what I'll be offering based on this course that I'm going to teach in person, the Art of Intuition. And the Art of Intuition starts July 23rd in person at 12 noon Eastern in Wake Forest, North Carolina at New Earth Energies. Hi, Tamara. I'll send you information about the 10th one. So that's awesome. Thank you so much. I'll send you the information so you can find out if that would be something that would suit where you are in your life right now, learning how to choose and recode and rewire to experience the structure that you're intentionally creating now. Oh, so much magic. And yeah, so I think I got to the July 23rd is the in-person class, the Art of Intuition at New Earth Energies in Wake Forest, North Carolina. The website is newearthenergies.love. And if you want more information about the course and register for that, if you're in the area and you want to attend in person, it's trishabecker.com/art-of-intuition. And all the links are available. Or send me a message if you want more info. It's $199 for the 5-week class, and it's 2 hours per week. And join me for Creative Alchemy, Embodying Your Intuitive Genius. That's October 11th and 12th, in person, huge event at a beautiful hotel. All of the logistics are getting set up, but reserve your seat because it will sell out. We are only going to have a limited space. So reserve your seat. It's $297, and you're going to get 3 Zoom sessions beforehand, 3 Zoom sessions to stay connected afterwards. You got a special guest speaker lined up to come and experience the event with us. And my goal is, I've done this for myself. I have my community. I want everybody else to have the same thing in the way that serves you the best. So thanks so much for being a part of my life and my experience and my community as we consciously practice creating our reality. So enjoy your coffee or your drinks, whatever you're having today. Thank you so much. Subletting your place in Austin. Oh, wonderful. Flexible for your future. I love it. Let's keep choosing what we're creating and experience the magic of this community of like-minded people choosing this as well. So enjoy your weekend and happiest of holidays for those of you in Canada and in the US, celebrating our independence, that we do get to have a choice and choose our freedom in the way that, we could continue to practice as much as possible in this wonderful, beautiful world that we live in. So thanks for being a part of my community. So blessed, so grateful that you choose to spend part of your day with me and really engage in talking about this stuff, because it's my jam, it's my favorite, and I love y'all. Look forward to seeing you in person soon, especially at the Creative Alchemy event where you're going to embody your intuitive genius on October 11th and 12th. So have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Stay in touch. Bye.